Liverpool extended their lead at the top of the Premier League table to 5 points with a 3-1 win over Brentford at the G-Tech Community Stadium. In a first half marred by injuries to Curtis Jones and Diogo Jota, Darwin Nunez propelled the Reds into the ascendancy with his 9th Premier League goal of the season, before Alexis Mac Allister and Mohamed Salah, on his first domestic appearance since New Year's Day, put the league leaders out of sight. Toney offered the Bees faithful hope of an improbable fight back deep into the second half, but Cody Gakpo quickly restored the visitors' 3-goal lead as Brentford were left to lament a shoddy defensive display. The Dutchman's fingertips were required again to tip Jota's half-volley over in the 21st minute, prior to which stand-in goalkeeper Kevin Kelleher made a couple of simple stops from Toney, whose link-up play with Neal Maupay was central to the hosts carving out first-half opportunities. Liverpool still had control of the tie, but the Reds' midfield injury crisis worsened in the 34th minute, as Curtis Jones could not continue after an apparent tweak and was replaced by Ryan Gravenberch. Despite the unplanned alteration, Liverpool would strike first just one moment after Jones trudged off the field, as Brentford committed all bodies forward for a long free kick upfield from Flecken, which was hacked away by Virgil van Dijk. Jota sprinted away to meet the Dutchman's clearance, and under pressure from Sergio Reguilón, the Portuguese deftly headed the ball into the path of Nunez, who had a clear run at goal and exquisitely lifted the ball over Flecken's reach. Delight became despair for Klopp's crop, and Jota in particular, just 5 minutes after Nunez's opener, though, as Christian Norgard landed on the knee of the January Premier League Player of the Month, who ultimately had to be stretchered off the field in visible discomfort. Salah was given the nod to replace Liverpool's second injury victim of the first half, and the visitors had used up over half of their substitutes by the time the second 45 began. Cody Gakpo replaced Nunez at the break for their third change of the afternoon. Salah was back up to his old tricks almost immediately and found himself charging through on goal in the 51st minute, although he uncharacteristically poked his finish wide of the near post, evidently rusty from his recent absence. However, the Egyptian's playmaking excellence had not eluded him, as just 4 minutes after his miss, Salah curled a sumptuous pass out from the right into Mac Allister, who managed to evade an off-balance Ager and find the bottom corner on the stretch to double Liverpool's lead. The life had been firmly sucked out of Brentford by this point, and their afternoon went from bad to worse in the 68th minute, as Ager challenged Gakpo for a header high up the field and lost the aerial battle to the Dutchman, who flicked the ball into Salah's path. The hosts would go down swinging, though, as with 15 minutes of normal time remaining, Kelleher made a brilliant save down to his right from Reguilón's first-time strike, but Toney was well positioned to crash home the rebound. However, a defensive calamity eradicated any doubts over the outcome in the 86th minute, as both Collins and Simon Gado swiped and missed the ball, allowing Diaz to slip and Gakpo for a simple low finish. There was time for a dose of late excitement, though, as during a 7-minute additional period, Kelleher made a brilliant reaction save from Toney's header, before the final chance of the contest saw Van Dijk crash a header against the bar from a corner. Now 5 clear of Arsenal and Manchester City for at least a couple of hours, Liverpool only have a few days to recuperate before hosting Luton Town on February 21, while Brentford, who stay 14th, head to the Etihad to face the champions on Tuesday evening.